I think I can say this with at least a little bit of confidence, Tom, if you tell me if I'm wrong. Humanity has never once experienced all 8 billion people awake, up, and functioning all at the same time. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the 28th day of March, the year 2026, the latest it's ever been
in the history of mankind. Of course, we can never know that, but that would be very interesting. If that were the case, then mattress shops would go out of business. I don't know.
Already referencing our big number of the week. Look at Tom on the ball this morning. This is
baby. Incorporating it, working it in.
That person that's still sleeping on the mattress next to you, might want to give him a little nudge and say, Greg and Tom are talking. Let's listen in live this week and not just later on the record and see what's going on around the 815. We got some great guests today. We're going to be talking with Lizzy from Rockin the Spectrum. We got Miranda from Carpenters Place and Julie with Winnebago 250 Celebration, all talking about some great stuff here in the 815. Who's that today?
And my alter ego.
Your alter ego.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Tommy Jr., or do you just call that one Warner? What do you call that one? I don't know.
I don't have a name for him yet. I've only had him for a year.
Uncle,
I don't name him.
I
don't name him until after a year, because then I know they like me and they want to stay. Yeah, our guests are like, who is this guy? What's wrong with him?
What's going on? Let's take care of business. Our current race to 10 has us tied at a score of 3-3, and our big number of the week this week is 65 billion. That's a big number. Is the number something to do with madness or mattress? And what you really can't tell by that picture is March Madness. It's either March Madness or mattress that this big number of the week has something to do with. And Tom will put his guess. He already guessed. He already sent me his guess. If anyone else wants to put their guess in the comments,
I did.
We'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the big number of the week. All right. Let's bring on our guests. What do you say? There's a big deal taking place here in just a couple of months. So let's see. It's end of March, April, May, June, July. Less than 4 months away. The big 250 celebration is taking place all over the nation. And here in Rockford, we're doing a bunch of special things as well. So to tell us about it, we've got Julie Bosma on. I always say your name wrong, Julie. I'm going to have you correct me again because I get it wrong like every time. Julie and Miranda are with us. Miranda's also with Carpenters Place, and we want to talk a little bit about Carpenters Place as well. So good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
Thanks for jumping on with us today. How's your week been? You doing all right?
Yeah. Yeah, we made it to the weekend.
We made it to the weekend. Yeah. I'm going to put Julie. Julie, you're going to have to adjust your camera because there we go. I want to see you and not your ceiling. That's what we want to see.
I'm trying to do this on my phone and I'm not.
It is a nice little chandelier though.
It's
Thank you.
You know, like if you put like at the bottom of it, it will not slide like that. Like put a coffee cup there. Coffee cup will take up most of your phone, but something. I don't know. Tape it to the table. There you go.
You've got your microphone at the bottom of your phone too, so I feel like I'm having trouble.
Well, we can still hear you, so I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
So
maybe I'll hold it. I don't know.
Sometimes that works better too. For those who have never met Julie before. Yeah. Now pronounce your last name right so I can get it right for once, maybe.
Bosma.
You're okay with Bosma?
Say that like that because I'm actually Dutch and it's really supposed to be pronounced Bosma, but nobody gets that right. So we just say Bosma.
Okay.
Like a Z, Bozma almost.
So if I say Bosma, you're like, okay, that works for me.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Awesome. That's the kind of people we like, Julie.
You can call me Smith, whatever works.
Well, for those who've never met you before, are you a native Rockfordian?
just
Did
gonna
you grow up
call you
here in the
Lizzy.
815?
No, I did not. I moved here. We moved here from Michigan, where they said Bosma correctly. And so I moved here when I was about a year old, lived here until I was 7, grew up in St. Louis, really, and then came back after grad school in 1989. So I'm kind of one of those boomerangers, but I didn't grow up here. So,
Okay. So you're made for Rockford. That's what Whitney Martin would say.
there you go. I'm made for Rockford. I love Rockford.
That's what counts. And then for you, Miranda, same question. Did you grow up here in the 815?
I did. So my family moved here when I was 1. And so I spent most of my life here, and then went away for college and came right back. So Rockford, raised, not necessarily born, but raised for sure.
So
Yeah.
That's cool. And before we get into all things Rockford 250, tell us a little bit about your work at Carpenters Place. What is your place at Carpenters Place, and how do they serve the community?
Yeah, so I am the director of development and marketing. So always looking for new partnerships, doing any kind of outreach to try to help people really understand the work Carpenters Place does, how we are helping the homeless in our community and the families in crisis in our community, with housing, case management, meals, all of the above, and so much more, honestly. And so I really got plugged in through Julie for the 250 celebration, just because we both are really focused on volunteering in our respective organizations. So.
I think he froze.
I know, I think so too.
Whoa.
I said either that was a really
boy,
good
we've been having a
answer
lot of
or
problems.
Craig is frozen.
Yeah, you stunned us all. All right, so how many people a day do you serve?
There we go. Click, click. I'm trying to share a screen.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
I think he asked how many people a day do we serve? Typically 80 to 100 homeless individuals a day at Carpenters Place. So each day we serve 2 meals a day and provide really intensive case management to those who are wanting to rebuild their lives, from employment to housing, and so many small intricate things that you wouldn't think of, really teaching life skills as well. One of my biggest takeaways working at Carpenter's Place was when we moved someone into housing and we put their mattress down, and he had never seen fitted sheets before. And so really it kind of goes to show that we're really helping people work through the unfathomable, because most of us grew up being taught such things. And so as you can see here on the screen, we do family services case management. One of the families at Carpenter's Place that we serve, she didn't know that you should schedule routine doctors and dentist appointments for your children until she started working with one of our case managers. So really helping people kind of understand the basics, just of what it means to be self-sufficient in life as well. And then helping them from there. It's really kind of a long process that we're really honored to be able to walk alongside the guests that we serve in that way.
We got the link in the chat for anyone following us along on Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, or YouTube. If you're not there, it should be in the show description on Spotify or Audible, wherever you might be there. So Carpenter's Place been around Rockford for a long time, serving a lot of people, has a great reputation. Thank God for that. And it's good to know that there's a resource there for those who, like you said, it's amazing what some people don't know that you think everyone just knows. And it's just,
That's right. That's right.
Good to have people there to help out. So recently reached a $50,000 goal.
Yeah, we we really started to assess our security needs when we got Alberto, our new executive director, and we invited in the Rockford Police Department, Homeland Security, to kind of do some assessments, and they really determined that we needed a locked entrance, a secured front door entrance. And so we asked our community to help us do that, and they blew us away with their generosity.
Nice, nice. So that's all been taken care of, but there's a critical needs list. There's other financial donations, planned giving, memorial and honor giving, Thrive at Walmart Roundup. There's all different things you can find on the donations page at carpentersplace.org. If somebody knows somebody that needs some help, you just send people to your front door? Do they give them a phone number? What is really the best way to get in contact with you?
Yeah. Phone number, or we have an email called outreach@carpentersplace.org. And all of those emails actually come to me, and then I send them along to who they should go to. So if you know someone and you are looking for services, I'll make sure that email gets to the right person, who will then follow up and connect them to services that they need.
And there's your leadership team right there. We've had Alberto on the show before, Crystal, Karen, Kelly, you, Miranda, and Patty, all part of the leadership team there at Carpenter's Place here in Rockford. Awesome. All right. And then Julie's on today to talk about something that this is a unique year for all of us here in the United States of America. We're celebrating 250 years of independence, and it's a big deal. And I kind of remember as a kid in 1776 being 5 years old and everyone making a big deal of the 200th anniversary, the bicentennial.
Yep.
What, Tom? You remember that too?
Oh yeah.
You said, I remember as a kid in 1776.
Thank you.
260. Yeah.
It
just hit me. That's funny.
I gave my secret away. Shut the show down. I gave my secret away. No, yeah, 1976, being 5 years old, almost 6 years old, and well, no, just turning 6. I'm a July baby, so my birthday's July 1st. I always felt a special kinship with the 4th of July because my birthday is right there, the same 2 days before. So there's a lot going on this year. Obviously, not just in Rockford, all over the country, but what is happening here in Rockford that people can help out with and promote for this year?
Yeah. So actually, but Eric texted me and said, "Hey, we're putting together all of these events and stuff, and there's different committees. There's entertainment committee, marketing committee, all these types of things." And there was a volunteer and services committee, and he asked me to head that up. And so I said yes, but I wanted to have a partner in crime. And so I had met Miranda a couple of times, had been really impressed with her. Knew she was a person who showed up. And so I asked her to co-chair this committee with me. So we're co-chairing this volunteer and services committee for the 250th anniversary. The mayor and the county board chairman put this together. And so Miranda and I said, yeah, we would do that. And 2 of the events will also work hand in hand with our organizations. She can tell you about the one in July that will help homeless people. And then we're doing one in May that will unite away. One of our biggest initiatives is literacy. So that'll be that. But our first one is April 22nd. We're doing cleanup day. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, people can go to wevolunteer.org. They can sign up. This is Earth Day. And what we're asking people to do is just help us clean up the city. We want to put our best foot forward. As the snow melts and you start to see all the trash that got caught underneath it, we just need to pick it up. And we want to do that for our city. We want to do that as we head into the summer, as we head towards the Ironman and July 4th and all of our big stuff. So we've chosen actually the path around Ironman downtown, But if people want to clean up their neighborhood, an area that's special to them around their business, they can do that too. But we just ask them to go sign up. We've got on April 20th and 21st, they can stop by our United Way office and pick up, those pretty glow in the dark vests so that people can see them when they're out and about walking. We've got grabbers, we've got yellow bags, and we just ask them to bring their own gloves and just spend an hour or two, whatever they can, on April 22nd, walking around picking up some trash for us and putting it in the bags. And then the city will go pick up those bags. So it's pretty easy. But we just really want people to help and help Rockford put its best foot forward for the anniversary celebration.
Good idea. It's a good plan. Are they like, did you say they're like a special color bag or something like that kind of stands out?
Yeah, they are. They're yellow bags. So once they put them, and we're still working with the city on really kind of specific places to put those bags, but they will run around and pick those up. So there'll be, different places for them to put it. But once they sign up as a team, they can either say, hey, this is where we're going to clean up, and they can do that on the website, or we'll be in contact with them too and just see, hey, where do you want to do it? Because some people, they like Sustain Rockford. They want to do the Midtown area because that's where they're at. There was a church group that signed up the other day that want to do around the west side and around their church. So that's great. And that's awesome. We just offer, the area again around the Ironman where they're going to be running their course. If they want to do that, we're encouraging people to do that too. But we can take, we're hoping 200, 300, 400 people sign up, and we've already got a really good group signing up for us. So
the wevolunteer.org website, this looks like is this directly tied to the United Way of Rock River Valley, or is this a nationwide thing?
No, this is our Rock River Valley. This is our volunteer website, but we 50th on there. And we actually, like the symphony and the arts are having a big concert around the 4th of July. There's other things. So if people want to go on there and see other 250th events and volunteer for those, they can do that too. So that one might not be there and might not be live yet because that's this summer, but we're offering our website to help with this 250th. It's just people to sign up and volunteer for things. Because what Miranda is hoping is that people will sign up for these things and then learn to volunteer and find out, oh, that wasn't so bad, and get more involved in their community is kind of the whole idea.
Absolutely. Let's make this a gateway, a starting point for a lot of people to say, you know what, there are simple things around Rockford that I can do, like picking up trash, whatever that might be, even if it's, a once a month thing or whatever, just kind of to improve everything for everybody. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's something kind of interesting. I went out and bought one of those grabby things. And I will pick up trash around my house every once in a while because people in my neighborhood, they throw stuff all over the place and it really drives me nuts. But the other thing too is that the garbage truck guys, when they dump your thing, bags fly, cans fall out, stuff like that. So I go out every once in a while, and I'm not the only one. There are other people in my neighborhood that do it. The grabber I got it from Menards. It was like $4. Get one of those. That way you don't have to break your back and bend over. Grab the stuff, throw it in the bag. Grab the stuff, throw it in the bag. Do that once every 2 to 3 or 4 weeks. You're going to keep your area fairly nice. And if 2 or 3 people in the neighborhood do it, then your neighborhood stays nice.
Yeah.
That's all it really takes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And those grabbers, so we're giving those out too. So when people, after they sign up and when they come pick up their supplies to go do their cleanup, we're going to give like a grabber for every couple people. Some people like them, some people don't. They're really great for if you're going into bushes and that kind of stuff. But if you're just walking around, it's really good to have kind of a more solid pair of gloves, leather if you have it, but just something so that if you pick up something kind of nasty, you're not worried about what that nastiness is. So
absolutely.
Yeah, the events happening and the community is really getting involved. It's really exciting. So I encourage people to go Rockford and see all the 250th anniversary things that are happening and coming up.
Here's the one I'm really, really, really excited about. 1776 at Starlight Theater. Even though I didn't get a role in this production, I'm still thrilled about what's happening at Starlight Theater. Um, the show lineup at Starlight Theater this summer is actually 6 shows. And in the middle of all that, they normally do a patriotic concert at Starlight Theater right around the 4th of July, sometimes the day before, sometimes this year it happens to be 2 days before. It's July 2nd, if I remember here correctly. Yep, yeah, 1776 performs July 2nd in concert. This is Starlight Theater actors and the Rockford Symphony Orchestra performing together. And they have a cast of 26 in this show. And when I auditioned for my Starlight Theater season this season, I mentioned I'd be willing to do 2 shows. I wanted to do 1776 and then one other show. And I told them where and when I could do that. And I got a part in Wizard of Oz. So I'm in the Wizard of Oz. I see dead people. Watch out for me. I'm the coroner.
Starlight. So I'll look for you. I've got season tickets. So
we're having fun putting this show together. But I thought I had a real shot at getting a role in 1776, considering my 20-year broadcast career. I thought, I'm a radio guy. They're doing this as a radio show, so to speak, with scripts on stage and costumes, but it's not like a play where you're performing everything and everything. But I've wanted to do a radio play for a long time where you actually have the script and sound effects and everything else on the stage and people watch you perform it that way. Well, I asked the director of this show, Kevin Jensen, at our opening Starlight meeting this year. I said, hey, I'm really excited to see what you put on. Can I be put on the backup list in case anyone drops out of the 1776 show? And he goes, Greg, we have a cast of 26. We were expecting maybe 20 or so people to audition. Over 120 people auditioned to be in this show, Greg. Like, wow. So the community came out big time. And I do know, I think I might be speaking a little out of turn, but here's a little freebie for our podcast listeners. Andy Gannon, the retired news guy, is one of the guys in the cast. And if you know Andy Gannon, you remember how great his voice was on the air. He's got that.
Yeah.
He's got that voice. I don't know what character he has.
Baritone voice.
He's got the bass baritone voice. So I don't know what role he has, but he is one of the 26 cast members in 1776. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they put on the stage. So we've got the link, wevolunteer.org.
Is this going to be our version of Hamilton? I'm sorry. My audio must be slow. My audio must be a little slow today. I don't know. Sorry.
It'll be interesting to see how it's done. I have no idea. I don't know the show. I just know I wanted to be a part of it. And I was hoping to revise my kindergarten Ben Franklin character that I performed way back in 1975, not 1775, 1975, 1976. That was my costume that year, was Ben Franklin with the spectacles and the tri-corner hat and the wig and everything else. So anyway,
and the key for your kite.
But before we move on to some trivia transition with our next guest and stuff like that, is there anything else about our Winnebago America 250 Rockford celebration that we want to make sure we talk about before we move on this morning?
Julie, do you want to share about the event in May, and then I can share about the event in July?
Yeah, so on May 16th, the Rockford Public Library, down at the new beautiful facility they have, they are kicking off their summer reading program. And United Way is part of that. And so family that goes down there, I don't know if you can see this, will get this America book. It's really cool. It's non-political. It's an amazing book. Talks about just the spirit of who we are, and that, we're a strong people. If we make mistakes, we own up to it. Some of the people who have been amazing, Amelia Earhart, Martin Luther King, it's just a really good book. So we've got 400 of those. Families will get one of those. So that's May 16th down at the Rockford Public Library. So we encourage people to go down there and get their Americans book. And then, yeah, I'll let Miranda talk about July.
So in July, on July 10th, the Rockford City Market this year is having themed nights every Friday. And so we kind of tacked onto that. And July 10th is Hometown Hero Night. And so they're really going to be featuring police and fire and first responders, things like that. And so we kind of incorporated into that you too can be a hometown hero through volunteer and service to your community. And so at Rockford City Market on July 10th, we will have a booth inside the lower level of the Rockford City Market building, in which we'll be packing blessings bags for the homeless individuals in our community. And so we'd love for people to bring hygiene items, travel size toothpaste, body wash, things like that, that we can chapstick, sunscreen that we can pack into those bags. So we'd love to have some donations from the community. We'll also have some as backup if needed. But people can really jump in and out of line for as long as they want to volunteer by packing those bags. And then we'll distribute those blessings bags to the various homeless providers in the community. And so really, I think a lot of times people want to volunteer, they just don't know how, and they maybe don't have all the time in the world. So this is going to kind of bring volunteerism to our community and say, here's the opportunity presented for you. Join us for 5 minutes or join us for 30 minutes or an hour, and go ahead and kind of get that feel. And then we'll also obviously have some handouts where if people want to continue volunteering, as we hope they will, they'll have some kind of literature on where they can get involved depending on where their passions are at.
Okay. Awesome. Well, check out gorockford.com. Check out the wevolunteer.org, and you'll see all kinds of stuff that's going on here, celebrating the 250th anniversary of our US of A. Very exciting stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff going on, and I gotta imagine too our actual 4th of July. So the 4th of July falls on a Saturday this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that means most people have off Friday, July 3rd, and there'll be so many different things going on, especially that week. But the 4th of July falling on a Saturday is pretty amazing too. And I'm sure that the downtown fireworks celebration and all the other things will be extra special this year. Let's all start praying now for great weather.
Yes.
Yeah. I know the city is doing something, and the art people, I think there's something at the Coronado. Like Miranda said, City Market's doing something on that Friday. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening that weekend. So yeah, please pay attention and go visit and enjoy it all.
So many things going on. All right. Yeah. So wevolunteer.org.
All right.
GoRockford.com.
Greg, I'm sorry. There's a delay here. I'm going to opt out for about 30 seconds and reset and see if I can't correct that delay. Okay, because it's not gonna be good for trivia. So let me do this. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't say anything bad about me.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. That got really fun, didn't it? Wanted to look here real quick at the America 250 website too, if it'll let me switch tabs here. There we go. And check out what's going on. This is the America250.org website. Yeah, there's all kinds of resources. So pick something. I hope you'll pick something local, right? I hope you'll pick something local here and join us. Yeah. And visit the GoRockford.com page or the wevolunteer.org page, and just grab one thing and go do it. Meet some new people. You'll be glad. I think you'll be glad that you did. I really do.
Yeah, and Greg, the committee that Julie and I are co-chairing together, our kind of slogan is celebrating through service. So celebrate the 250th. It's kind of like all the stars aligned, right? Having it this big 250th celebration and on a Saturday and potentially a long weekend, right? So celebrating through service to our community is the goal.
All right, let's see if Julie's thing got fixed or not, because her microphone was freaking out on her. Are you there, Julie? Julie might have to log off and log back on again too. I'm not sure what happened there because everything just kind of freaked out.
Yes, and I don't see her either.
All right, Tom is back. There we go, Tom.
I am back.
We might have lost Julie. I'm not sure if we got Julie. Come back to us. All right, let's go ahead and jump into some Tom trivia. What do you say?
I say let's do it.
Stand by, everybody. Stand by.
It's time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the In Crowd 815 podcast. Good luck.
Yes. All right,
And
there we go.
are, along with my helper Snoopy. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Good morning, Lizzy, and your friend. Who you got with you, Lizzy?
Hi, I'm Lizzy with Rockin the Spectrum. This is the president, Lynn, and she's also my mom. It's a family-run for-profit business.
Thanks for joining us, Linda. All right, we got some trivia before we transition into all things Rockin the Spectrum. We make it a goal every week to try to score at least 4 points against Tom's 7 questions. So here's hoping together we can score 4 points. And if Julie,
come back. No, I think Greg froze again. What is going on with the internet here today? I don't know. I can tell that my internet is slow because I'll say something and then it'll take Greg like 5 seconds to react. So, ladies, can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay, that was about a second. We're good there. All right, we'll wait till Greg gets back. But anyway, let me just tell you this. If you haven't played trivia before, Miranda, you have been on with us before, have you not?
I have not, actually.
You have not. We had you scheduled a couple times. That's what it was. We had you scheduled, and I believe you were sick one time. And,
yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
Carpenters,
so this is all new
place hasn't been, but yeah, I've not. So.
Did you give question 1 yet?
No. We were waiting for you. Okay, so Mr. Carry On, I forgot his first name. Alberto?
Yes, Alberto. Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. His
yes.
dad is my daughter's endocrinologist. My daughter's now 40, almost. So when she was a baby, a young girl. So that was so cool. I remember we had that little connection there. All right, if you guys are ready, I am going to give you some trivia. Now, here's the deal on trivia. It is not designed to make you kick the dirt and go, oh man, I'm stupid. There's nobody stupid. These questions are pretty much just have to pay attention a little bit and kind of hit that memory bank. Just, it's there somewhere. Where is it? Find it. So let's just have some fun with it. All right. So Greg always says 4 out of 7 is good. Nah, that's not acceptable. 5 out of 7, 6 out of 7, 7 out of 7. That's your goal right there. You should get 4 out of 7. All right, here we go. On June 20th, 1975, we saw the release of Jaws, which today is still one of the highest grossing movies of all time. Which ocean was setting for the movie? Atlantic or Pacific? Once again,
wasn't it
1975?
Wasn't it New York or
release
something?
Of Jaws. Yeah, highest grossing movie. Which ocean was the setting? Was it Atlantic or Pacific? Greg, you say Atlantic. Anybody else?
I have no idea.
Linda,
Okay.
We say Atlantic.
Let's go with
Okay.
Atlantic. Yeah.
Well, it was off the coast of Long Island, which would be Atlantic Ocean. Very good. Nicely done. All right, number two, Texas Christian University, aka TCU. They're located in Fort Worth, Texas, and they have a reptilian nickname. Are they the horned frogs or the bullfrogs? Once again, TCU, located in Fort Worth, Texas, they have a reptilian nickname. They are frogs, but are they horned frogs or bullfrogs?
My oldest child and her family lived in Fort Worth for 10 years, and we visited the campus a couple different times, and it was pretty awesome. And they are the horned frogs.
Okay.
They are
the horned
the horned frogs. I don't know which is meaner, a horned frog or a bullfrog. Bullfrogs can be mean. Just ask Jeremiah. All right, here we go. Question number three. Here we go. According to the 2020 U.S. Census Bureau, how many U.S. cities named Springfield have a population of over 100,000 residents? Is it 3 or is it 6? Once again, according to the 2020 U.S. Census Bureau, how many? Yeah, there are like 117.
A lot of Springfield
cities, townships, Springfield. There are only about 35 actual cities. Of those 35 that are considered cities, not just towns or villages, how many of them have a population of 100,000 residents? Is it 3 or is it 6?
I have no clue. Any guesses?
I only knew about one Springfield, so
so many Springfields.
And I hope it's the one in Illinois.
Yes.
I'm assuming the city of Springfield, Illinois has 100,000. I think the city of Springfield, Missouri might have over 100,000. And there's so many other Springfields, I would think.
6?
I would lean towards 6, I guess. It's a tough one, though.
If there's that many, then the odds are better, I guess.
Should we go with 6?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wah, 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 wah. There's 3. Missouri has 169,000, Massachusetts 155, and Illinois 112. So sorry. I knew that was going to be a kind of a tough one. I apologize. All right. This here is your basic combination sentence, or portmanteau, I think they call it. 1 + 1 makes 1. The math doesn't work, but maybe it does. If you combine these two words, pocket and monster, what game would you be playing? If you combine these two words, pocket and monster, what game would you be playing?
Is that Pokemon?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll stop you right there. It is. It is Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yep.
Okay, I never put those two together. No,
Yeah.
I learned something today.
You guys are 3 and 1. You're almost there to Greg's goal. All right. So this one here I labeled "Say My Name." You probably know where this is going. What is Beyonce's last name? Not talking about her married name. Talking about her name when she first came. Okay, there you go. There you go. Yep.
Pop culture I can do, okay?
All right.
K-
All right.
K-N, right? It starts with a K.
It does. So it's actually pronounced Canoles, but that's okay. I'm kidding. All right. I'm going to give you, I got 2 options here for the last one. I'm going to give you the easier one. The month of March was named for the Roman god Mars. According to Roman mythology, Mars is the god of what?
Aries?
Mars is the god of what?
The god of what? Like action.
Is Mars the
like
god
of
war?
Love.
Oh, war, yes.
I
Is
don't
that
know
your
that
final
for
answer?
sure. I'm guessing.
Is
I
that
don't-
your final answer?
I'm
That's my
guessing
first
mine.
guess. But I don't know. I don't remember a lot of those Greek mythological thingies.
Mm-mm.
Well, all I can say is war. What is it good for? It's good for question number 6 being correct. So there you go.
Woo!
So you got your 5. You got your 5. Now we got one
Okay.
final question. This will determine whether you go into the pantheon of 6s or remain with the 5s. All right, here we go.
Come
Here we go.
on.
We always do a local trivia, and sometimes when there's good Packer news, we'll do a Packer trivia. So what of the 3 hospitals in Rockford, which is the oldest hospital in Rockford? Is it Rockford Memorial, Swedish American, or OSF?
I would go with Rockford Memorial.
I think so. I mean, it's officially closed now, right?
Right. I was going to say, I mean,
Javon Bay,
RIP,
but
but
Well-
yeah, I would think that would.
Yeah,
I think they built that before Swedish
yeah, but
American.
of these 3, it is still Memorial, but it's Javon Bay. Yeah, that's a mess. That's an absolute mess there. All right. So the rest of the question: when was it built? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. 1858. Yes, you're correct.
1776.
1770. Yeah, Greg was 5 years old, 6 years old, because he was born July 1st. Yeah, you guys were 6-1. 6-1.
Not too bad.
And just think, if Julie was here, she'd have gotten that
She
last
would've.
one. She could have
Should have gotten that other one.
Yeah.
She seems like a girl who knows her Springfields. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I really honestly thought that you guys would have gotten that one. But it's okay. It's okay because that's a
All
tough
right.
one. Because if there are
It is a tough
35
one.
of them, yeah. I may have confused you with, well, there's 35 of them. Every city has one. Well, odds are there are going to be 6 of them. So anyway.
Pretty much every
All right.
state has a
Well,
spring.
nicely done.
Yeah.
Just about.
Awesome. All
Just
right.
about.
Well, Miranda, best of luck in all of your volunteer efforts
Thank
for Rockford 250 and for Carpenters Place. And you're a wonderful resource here in the 815. We're so glad that you joined us again here today. So we'll
Thank you.
keep in touch. All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's throw this up on the screen. Let's bring Lizzy and Linda back on the screen, and let's see if this looks good if we put the screen this way. Pretty close, pretty good. They can get closer together and it'll look good. Then it'll be fine. So before we get into all things rocking the spectrum, ladies, let's learn about you. Are you a native to the 815 area? Did you move here from somewhere else? Tell us about your backgrounds. Where'd you go to school and grow up and that sort of thing?
So I am originally from the Medina Roseville area. I'm from Durant. But I'm saying is that I'm from Illinois, and then I moved to Florida for about 13 to 14 years. And we just came back about 7 years ago.
Okay, so you were in Florida for quite a while. Where did you go to high school? Where was your high school years spent?
Venice, Florida.
Venice, Florida. So what was your high school mascot?
The Indians.
They had the Indians in Venice, Florida.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, can't really make fun of the Indians, can we? That's not funny.
No.
We've had some funny mascots displayed on the what was the cliff climbers or whatever it was a couple weeks ago that was funny.
Well, there's banana slugs.
The banana
University of California, California, Santa Clara banana slugs or something. But anyway,
unreal. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, and then what brought you to Rockford or the Rockford area, 815 area?
My sister bought a home out here, and we came on this area.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay. What about you, Linda? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Medina, Illinois, which is by Schaumburg area.
Is the Medina High School the Medina Marauders or something like that? What's Medina?
I know Lake Park Lancers.
Lancers. We've had Lancers on the show before, I think, right, Tom?
I think so. Did you say Lake Park Lancers?
Yeah.
Okay, so Medina is where the Medina Country Club is, where they have the golf tournament, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Is that where they have the
One
John
day.
Deere?
I'm sorry.
I think
The John
is it
Deere
the John
golf
Deere? I don't.
classic thing.
They do the classic games there, yeah, and people park in the grass.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then the John Deere mower mows it when it's all done.
Yeah.
All right. So at some point, you got involved or started Rockin' the Spectrum. Tell us about Rockin' the Spectrum as I try to bring up your website here as we talk about it. Go for it.
Well, that was my fault. I have 3 daughters, and my middle daughter is severely autistic. She is going to be 29 on Tuesday, and she's nonverbal. And we have searched all over the world to find help. But when you are nonverbal and more on the severe side, there's a big gap in services. So I recently got sick and realized, boy, am I going to be here forever? And this just can't keep going on with no service for the severe side. And so that is what we decided to do was we run a day program. And so it's for 18 and older. And then we do so many different services, and we do include all levels. But that was the original reason we started, was because we just couldn't find anything to help with my daughter.
Okay. And so this is more adult focused autism care, basically, is what we're talking about.
The day program is.
The day program is.
We Rockin' is all ages. The youngest is about 3. Oldest is 65.
Wow. Okay.
So we have a variety of ages that join us. We don't turn away behaviors, because behaviors is a form of communication for a lot of our families.
Mm-hmm. And we work with all levels. Mm-hmm. We support the whole family, siblings, parents, and because it really is a family. Everyone in the family is affected.
It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort, doesn't it?
Yeah, and all levels. I don't care. There's a big struggle on which level is more needed or whatnot. Yeah. But we work with all levels too, because we're working with families that struggle. So to us, it's not the level. But like I said, with the day program, we would take anyone, but there's no one that will take the severe.
And we don't turn away those without diagnosis. That's a big question I get is, do you have to have a diagnosis to be part of the Rockin' family? No.
You just need help. You just need help.
And a lot of the services we provide are services that we needed growing up, or as a family unit needed while my sister was growing up.
And your physical location is the Crystal Lake address?
Yes, that is our physical location. We are actually looking to get another location in Lake County. We got a grant to get a location there.
Awesome. Well, as families, learn about what you do and the services that are available to them, is there, what is kind of like a good first and second step for people to plug in and get involved with the Rockin' the Spectrum programs?
For families, I'd say reach out. That's my cell phone number I give out, so families are able to reach us by text or call, because sometimes they're not able to talk on the phone. So we decided to make it a cell phone so that way they can do both. We do have it where families can call us if they're overwhelmed. They just got a diagnosis. They don't know what to do. They're lost. No one's really guiding them, but they're guided this way. We will talk to them for hours, for days, however long it needs to help them. Siblings too, where they can call or text and we can talk to them. We can meet them in person through Zoom, whatever is easier for them as well. Volunteers, we're always looking for volunteers.
Well, certain volunteers. We do a sensory tent, and so we do the day program, but our biggest thing is inclusion, because we don't have inclusion. And there's, like, you guys were talking about the 250th thing, and I'm like, writing it down. We're going to see if Rockford will let us bring our sensory tent, because what we do is we bring items that someone with a sensory or even not sensory come together to our tent, work side by side with each other, get a break, and then they can return to the activities. But it gives them a little bit of break so they don't have to go home. And we're very proud of this. Last year we did over 70
events, and we travel.
Events.
Wow.
We travel a lot.
From Chicago to Rockford. Yeah, we had one at the Ribbits game in Rockford. We just want families to get out, because
we want to end isolation.
Yes, we need inclusion completely.
And with our sensory tent, anyone can join us, whether they have special needs or not.
And they do. We get lots of kids.
Because they're then learning as well what their sensory needs are. So maybe they see one of their classmates playing with a fidget. They know they're being overwhelmed, and give them a little bit of space.
And we know how fun they are.
Yeah, and they're learning the funness.
We have fun stuff.
I believe July 11th in Rockford, I think Jeremiah Development's putting on their health fair. That might be a good place for you to plug in too. July 11th is their annual, gosh, what do they call it? Is it Alley Walk? I forgot what they call their health fair thing that they're doing, but they had somewhere like between 15 and 20 different, service providers stationed in downtown Rockford, just there on the like the near west side of downtown, where Jeremiah Development has their stuff. So you might want to look into that for you guys.
Absolutely.
That'd be a good one.
So we got to get families out of their homes, and we're just taught it's easier to stay home, and then there's depression, and they're better customers if they get to go out. It really helps the community to get our families to the house.
And it just it brings connection to families, because a lot of times they're isolated. They don't have family to talk to. They don't really have friends. They lose both, and they end up in isolation. And we're trying to end that.
No, we're demanding that.
We're demanding it. And we actually, speaking that as well, we also have a parent support group on the second Saturday of each month that is led by one of our parents. And we are able to have it where they can come and meet other parents, but they can bring the loved one and the sibling, and they can come hang out with us, and they can have fun in our clubhouse, and they can do it where if they need
that's free
more,
to families.
Yes, that's free to families. If they need more supervision, they just have to call us. So
make sure we have the right staff.
Yep, we can accommodate to them.
It does definitely take a special person to be able to handle some of these situations, doesn't it?
Yes. It does.
And we go everywhere. We go to Volo Museum for their Sensory Sundays. We're planning to go to Crystal Lake for the Rockin Rib Fest. We did some events last year out here. We're hoping to build more. So we're just trying to go everywhere that families need us. We're willing to travel anywhere. As many as far as we can. Illinois would be best, but if you need us in Wisconsin, we'll do our darnest.
Well, you got on your site here, Lake County, McHenry County, Cook, DuPage, Winnebago, Boone counties all within your service area. So if someone wanted to get more information, 224-538-9736. It's all on the website that we've got linked.
Yep.
Again, if you're following along with us on Twitch or Rumble, Facebook or YouTube, it should already be on there. And
yep, our Facebook is most up to date.
Awesome.
And we actually have a gala coming up on April 25th that we hope everyone can join us with. And it's Building a Village. And we're inviting everyone to come and bring their loved ones. My sister with autism is going to come with us to the gala. She loves the music. She loves being around so many people. She's a social butterfly. I am an anti-social butterfly. I don't know what happened.
So some of us get more of our energy from being alone than with big groups of people. We're known as introverts. Which people are sometimes surprised to learn that I'm more introverted than extroverted. It's there's a word for it.
That's the same thing with me and people knowing us, our background in radio and doing this podcast. I've told people too, I've always been an introvert. No, you're not. You're the most extrovert person I know. Well, maybe I am now. Maybe I've grown or whatever. But I wanted to say one quick thing. Oftentimes it is one family that dismisses you if you have some sort of, and it doesn't have to be autism. It can be anything. They just, anything that doesn't fit the norm. It's like, well, yeah, okay, we're not inviting him with because he's disruptive or he's this or whatever. I'm sorry, don't take that approach, please. Love everybody, help everybody whenever possible. That's what makes society work. There's no reason for excluding anybody, period. That's all I want to say about that.
Thank you for saying that.
It happens so many times. What's that?
Yes. Thank you for saying that because it's so true. You know, our families don't.
Yeah, go ahead, finish your thought, and then I'll chime in.
Our families just don't have the support at home, in the community, or anything. That's why we do this, to fill that gap.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is I grew up as kind of a, I don't know, an outcast, I guess. I was short. I had crossed. I had stringy hair. I looked like Pigpen from Charlie Brown or Charlie Brown, one of the two. I had a good childhood. I mean, it was fine, except I had a lot of those hurts that were internal because I didn't know how to express. I didn't know who to turn to. And then God helped me a lot. Obviously, great friends like Greg and so many good friends I have. But that's what it takes. God first, and then friendships and relationships. That's what it takes to help somebody get out of something. And it turns out I'm just normal a kid as anybody, really. But you know, I mean, what is normal? Who knows? I'm just an average person, just like anybody else. But sometimes you don't have those friendships. If you don't have those relationships, it can go kind of sideways, and then you get mislabeled. And I think that's the biggest problem. We get mislabeled and misdirected and everything else. So anyway, it's very near and dear to my heart.
Thank you.
Well, we've got the event link in the chat there for the April 25th gala at the Holiday Inn in Crystal Lake. Formal night, some great sponsors. Scan for sponsorship and for tickets. If you're unable to attend, but you still want to donate, there's a QR code there to scan as well and help out the Building a Village Charity Gala, April 25th at the Holiday Inn in Crystal Lake. So,
it's our second one. We're so excited. The first one was Forget Me Not, because both events are in April, which is Autism Awareness Month. So we're super excited about that. And if any businesses, I wanted to throw out there, would like to become sensory friendly, so it ends isolation that way and brings more families to your business, we do have training for that.
Awesome. All right. Well, before we let you go today, was there anything else that you wanted to make sure we talk about that we maybe didn't touch on before we let you go watch your weekend?
We have a program that I'm very proud of.
Oh, yes.
It's called Safety Incentive, and it is designed for children children or adults who elope. This was a major problem we were seeing, and nobody was helping. So we take donations, and then we pay for the kids to get swimming lessons and horseback riding. We work with the YMCA
In
Crystal Lake and Hooves to Heal
Marengo.
in Marengo. And it teaches the kids to learn how to swim, because our elopers, which if you don't know, is someone who runs from safety.
Mm.
And then the second problem with that is they're not afraid of anything. So
that can be a problem.
Yep. And so we teach them how to swim
To the surface of safety.
back to the surface, because drowning is the #1 cause of autism. I mean, not cause, death in autism.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
And then horseback riding is a wonderful therapy that I think people overlook because ABA, but just to anyone who's listening, horseback riding is very inexpensive. So if you're looking for a good therapy and you're waiting on 7-year wait lists for ABA, don't hate the ABA people, but horseback riding, $40 a session, and it does wonderful things for the kids. But and then we do a home safety kit where we help with locks on the windows and doors. And then we personally do respite for the parents, because if they can't get that rest, then they can't keep doing good for their family.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that, even though those are our main counties that we serve, we don't turn anyone away. So if you're wanting to come to us, we welcome you with open arms.
Yes.
We just had the Pegasus Special Riders on there a couple of weeks ago too, where they do some great work with horses and therapy, and it's just it's such a neat thing. It's one of those things that you're thinking, really, a horse can help, and it really does. They get great results.
You'd be surprised the effect it has and the relaxation you get after.
Yeah. My daughter didn't like to wear clothes. Whoops. So society doesn't really like that. And she went horseback riding, and honestly, God, if she didn't do that, I would have ended up in jail. Because it somehow made her wear clothes, but no one remembers horseback riding. So that's why I kind of wanted to get that out there. A lot of us spend years on waiting lists. Just call your local place and get horseback riding, because it does help.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wasn't that Lady Godiva who did that? Rode a horse through the nighttime or something?
See, it might be okay on TV, but in real life, they don't go for it.
No, they frown upon
yes,
that.
They do.
Just to be clear,
well, Rockin'
your middle
Spectrum
daughter, not Lizzy, right?
Right. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's not allowed to go outside naked either.
She put her head down like, oh my God, Mom, why would you chill on me like that? Right.
No. Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us. It's our first podcast.
Yes.
And we had so much fun, and we're learning. So thank you.
Well, hang in there. Hang in there. It's a tough road, many days and many hours of the day. So keep on keeping on, as they say, and hopefully get some more great support, volunteers, and donations at rockinthespectrum.com to help.
Yes. We can use that.
People. So, all right, ladies, we'll have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll keep in touch. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right, bye, Linda. Bye, Lizzy.
Have a good day.
Bye.
All right, our big number of the week this week, our current race to 10 has Greg and Tom tied at 3. Look at that. And Veda's over here panting away, asking me why I'm not doing things with her right now. Veda dog you've already been out, Veda dog. You've already had your things. You're fine. Chill out. 65 billion, our big number of the week this week, is the answer. Madness or mattress, and you sent me your guess, so I need to
I
change
did.
the score here. Let's see, update the score. Of course, March Madness is going on right now with basketball. And did you watch any of the games last night?
You know what? When I got home last night from, we went to the backyard fish fry last night. Oh my God, what a great place that is. No free commercials there. But well, we hadn't been there in a while. My daughter wanted to go. My wife's like, "You want to go to the backyard and do fish fry?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it. Why not?" So we did, and I had like 37 pieces of fish. Not really. I felt like though. I had a great meal. I had a great meal. Anyway, I was watching. Well, when I got home, I watched the end of. Well, I watched the UConn and Michigan State game. Oh,
Yeah.
Michigan State,
That game
man,
started out so horribly for Michigan State. They couldn't have played worse. UConn was up like
24 to 4. Or
20, it was like,
20,
23 to 4. They were up by 19. I know that.
Yeah, they're up by 19. You're right. 23 to 4.
This is going to be tough if they don't find their legs here. And Michigan State came back. They were within 8 at halftime. So
well, they were within 1 with a minute and a half left, minute 19 left or something like that, within 1. And then Connecticut hit a 3. They came back, hit a 3. Connecticut came back and got a deuce. Or they got fouled and hit them both. And then they got fouled again and hit another one, and they were up by 4 with 4 seconds.
That was it.
Left. So anyway,
great.
I'm looking for Iowa.
Yes,
Illinois to win, but if Iowa wins, I will be rooting for Iowa the rest of the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Duke and St. John's game was also amazing. St. John's was right there at the end, had a chance. But number 1 seed Duke survives, and then Michigan, they pretty much handled Alabama. I don't think there wasn't much of a game there. They had them the whole time pretty much. And then Iowa State, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I was mad about that.
Both teams I was kind of rooting for there. Either one of those going on would be great, but kind of pulling for Iowa State more than Tennessee. Tennessee had them.
I was too. I know. Well, Glenn's wife Rita, Glenn Chapman's wife Rita, went to Iowa State. She's a Cyclone. So I've always got a soft spot for Iowa State.
Illinois, Iowa playing today. I think a 5:00 tip, and then Purdue, Arizona after that, which should be a really good game. Those two should be pretty evenly matched. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, March Madness, the opening games of March Madness, the opening games had 9.8 million television viewers. That's a 6% increase over last year, according to Nielsen. So good news for college basketball, I guess. They're getting even more.
But bad news for Tom.
Bad news for Tom. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take the point today. The Big Ten had what, six or 7 teams in the
6 teams,
March Madness. Wisconsin got bounced early.
But to be fair, the Big Ten, and I don't understand this, has like 18 teams. It's dumb. It's dumb. It is. You're not the Big 10 anymore. You're the Big 18 or the Big 20 or whatever it is. It might be 20. I don't even know. You've got it spanning from literally the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah. I got a feeling at some point in our lifetime still, they're going to realign college sports. Something's going to happen, and they're going to be like, okay, now that we have NIL, now that we have, majors and mid-majors and all this stuff, it's time to align these in conferences that actually make some sense. And I don't know.
Because it's not fair to a Rutgers team or something like that to have to travel to USC to play them at what essentially for Rutgers would be 10 o'clock at night, because there's a 3-hour time difference start for USC, and Rutgers is going there and they're going to play a 10 o'clock at night game when most guys are, getting ready for bed, and you're going to play till 1 a.m. and then you go back home and you don't get home till, noon the next day, and you got classes. It's just crazy. Just weird.
It's nuts. So March Madness continues tonight, and and tomorrow. And then mattress, talking about sleep. The sleep industry is about a $65 billion industry. Sleep, the thing that we do every night, one of the fastest growing industries with, if you want a better night's rest, just about everything now is out there. You want a smart mattress for $6,000? Get a smart mattress for $6,000.
I'm smart enough to know not to pay $1,000 for a mattress.
Sleep-inducing cereals, sleep coaches, sleepcations. If you want a vacation where just focuses on sleep, they're out there. Sleep trackers. You're probably wearing a smartwatch. A lot of people are wearing smartwatches to bed because they want to kind of track their sleep. How many hours of actual sleep did they get? Not just laying in bed, but actual, heart rest and brain rest and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I choose not to wear my watch usually when I sleep, but to each his own, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the sleep industry has gotten huge, and one of the funny things I think recently, not funny, I think it's actually pretty brilliant, is the sleepcations that you'll see advertised now, where you just want to get away, you just want to go somewhere where it's going to be quiet and have a dark room to sleep in. That's a thing. That's a thing, and they're out there. Maybe put in the comments, tell us where your best recommendation for a sleepcation would be. The North Woods of Wisconsin.
My own waterbed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay $1,000 to go up to the North Woods of Wisconsin to sleep.
No, well, unless it's for like a whole week. Book a room book a Airbnb in Silenceville, Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Silence. I like that. Okay. Be my luck, it'll turn into Silent Hams. But anyway, here's my thing. If I'm going to do that, if I'm going up to the cabin in the North Woods, I'm going to go out and explore nature. I'm going to go out there and take some pictures.
You got to wear yourself out.
I might even get my computer and do some writing because I need to just sit down at my computer and write. I got books I've been working on, literally a couple of different books I've been working on. And I don't know, it's just it's something I really want to do, but I don't have the time. I can't just sit down and take 4 hours and just start writing. I do that with trivia quizzes because I have to, because that's what I do. It's how I make money, whatever. Yeah.
Exactly what you let's see here. I didn't make notes for shout outs today, Tom. Usually I try to make a little short list of shout outs for the week, and I didn't do that today. So I'm gonna grab my
shout out when you're done. You do your thing, I'll do mine in a second here. I'll just shout out right now to Danielle Angelari from NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Illness. I did the NAMI trivia quiz on Thursday, and if someone's listening and they recognize some of the questions, I use the same questions I used for that. I knew our guests hadn't heard them, and I knew you hadn't heard them, Greg, but Danielle is literally one of the sweetest persons I've ever met in my life. That girl is so committed to her cause and just so nice. She will. It's funny. Whenever I'm bringing stuff in, or whenever I'm taking stuff back out to my car, she's always grabbing stuff. She's grabbing big boxes, taking them out. I'm like, Danielle, you don't have to do that. You do enough. And she's like, nope, I don't take no for an answer. I think it's so sweet. She is the nicest person I know. And her mom, Tina, is just amazing as well. She owns a trophy shop off of Fulton Avenue. I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. But anyway, she's so nice as well. She always donates the medallions. And that's where I get my trophies when I win fantasy football. I told Tina, I'm coming to visit you. I got a trophy to get. Anyway. So, but I just wanted to put that out there for NAMI. It's something that's so very important, almost along the lines of the autism spectrum, Rockin the Spectrum that we just did. They're not one and the same, but they are dealing with mental issues. whether it's mental illness or whether it's autism or whether it's just somebody who's very depressed. They're all one in the same in terms of we need help. We need to take care of these people. We need to help bring them back to mental health. So I can't say enough about NAMI and about the cool they do. And also, let me throw this out there. When it comes up, it's coming up, and we've got mulligans for mental illness. And here, I'll just read you this real quick. Mulligans for June 8th.
June something.
It's a Monday.
8th. Okay.
June 8th. Yeah, it's a Monday. It's June 8th. And that's right here. Mulligans for mental illness.
There we go.
June 8th. There you go. Fort Sills Country Club. And you know what? I said this the other night. I said, guys, I don't get a chance to golf at a country club. I'm not in that bracket. So this is my chance to go golf at Forest Hills. If you remember, Gregors, when we did last year's Mulligans for Madness, one of the things about it being a country club is they don't have the markings. So it's like you just know where you're going because you do it all the time. So like
right.
group of people. I'm like, where are we? I didn't know where we were. Fortunately, somebody knew what was going on. Somebody had a good sense of direction. But anyway.
Forest Hills is my favorite course at 815. I love Forest Hills.
Oh boy, I haven't done a lot of them. But Kruger Haskell. You should go up to Kruger Haskell with me and Ron. Ron and I golf up there. Next time I'm going, I'll let you know. We'll make a day to where you can make it, and it's a lot of fun. Kruger Haskell is such a great course. So,
okay.
But
Sounds
anyway.
good. The other NAMI event coming up is this May 14th thing, which I know Danielle was really excited about having. How Are You Really with Nora McIerney? Thursday, May 14th. It's a free entry. I think they want you to have tickets though. I think they're a free. They want to know who's coming. So sign up now with the QR code on the link. Look up NAMI Northern Illinois. You'll find information on the May 14th event at Embassy Suites. Local panel at 6 p.m. Keynote from Nora at 7 p.m. Free entry. Doors open at 4. There's a resource fair from 4 to 6 p.m. But I do believe that they want you to have tickets, even though they're free. I think they want you to have tickets to attend the speaking portion, the keynote portion, at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. So NAMI Northern Illinois.
Is that a Thursday?
Yes.
That's a Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, because
Thursday, May
14th. May 16th. Yeah, we're going to the rugby thing on May 16th. So
May 16th is the rugby.
All right, if I'm not working on that Thursday night, then I may let's see if I can't make it up there.
Okay. All right. Here's my other shout outs for the week. Last Sunday, Riverside Church. How about that trivia night, Tom?
Oh, yes.
We had a great time defending our trivia title at the Riverside Church fundraiser event. And
yeah, people are going to
really well
mad
done.
at us. Yeah.
Break up the band. Break up the brand.
Randy does such a break up the band. Randy does such a job with it. He's got his he definitely has his finger on the pulse of trivia. He's very, very good, very smart individual, and a really, really good friend of mine. Yeah.
So they raise money. They're raising money for their New Mexico Native American reservation trip that they're doing in the summertime.
Yeah, we do it. We do it once a year. We do the trivia event twice a year. And the first time we raised $2,800. This time we raised $3,000. It was $6 short of $1,000. But the team that won the 50-50 added the $6. Just more symbolic than anything else. But I thought it was a gesture. And so it was $3,000 plus the $2,800 and change. So roughly almost $6,000 going to this mission, and it's northeastern Arizona, New Mexico. I'm sorry, northeastern New Mexico, and it helps with the and we go out there and rebuild houses and just yards and roofs and whatever. We can't do a whole lot. I say I've not gone. I may go one of these days. I don't know, but you know, it's 110 degrees in shade in New Mexico in July.
Yeah. You work
So
early mornings and
it
you
may
work in the evening.
exclude
You
me.
don't work in the middle of the day.
Exactly. That's when you take your little nap. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
you got a good
The other
mattress,
thing
right?
I want to show out a thank you to everybody who helped spread around our press release this week as we spread out the word who the winners were of version 4.0 of the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest that happened on March 19th. We were setting times this week to actually deliver the actual real checks, not the fake big checks that we showed off at the event. So the real checks are being delivered to the not-for-profits here in the next couple of weeks. And congratulations again to Family Counseling Services for winning the $7,000 grand prize and their sponsor, Green State Credit Union. Of course, Medicare 411 with the $7,000 check will be delivering to Family Counseling Services real soon. The Safe Families for Children team, sponsored by Gemini Solar, getting the trivia $1,000 prize. And again, just to explain how this all worked, the team for Family Counseling Services actually had the highest trivia score of the night, which is what helped them win the grand prize. So they couldn't also win the trivia prize. And the second highest scoring trivia team of the night gets the trivia winning $1,000 prize, and that's Safe Families for Children, sponsored by Jess Riley Envoy Mortgage loan team there. So thanks to Jess Riley Envoy Mortgage for the $1,000 check we'll be delivering to Safe Families for Children here real soon. And of course, the karaoke prize winner of the night, the highest scoring singer, Bella was singing for the Superhero Center for Autism, and Advice Marketing sponsored our $1,000 karaoke winning prize, and she was the favorite amongst the judges. I think only 3 singers scored over 50 points, if I remember correctly on my score sheet here. And she was the clear-cut winner of the night, thanks to our celebrity judges, who were Emily from 97 ZOK, Mike Garrigan from WIFR TV, and Renee, the lead singer from the band That Girl here in the 815 area. So congratulations again to our winning teams. The next one is coming up. We'll get details coming up in June as far as all the sign-up details. But October 1st, save the date, October 1st, 2026. We're going to do it all again. We got to Tabala Reserve, Tom.
Good.
We got to.
It's a really good location. I liked the Hilton. I liked it. There was something, something magical about the Hilton. But since I'm at the Tabella now twice, I'm like, ooh, this is good. This feels a little more big time. This doesn't feel like just a random Thursday night kind of a convention setting, like a bunch of people getting together, this and that. Like I said, I love the Hilton. I think the Hilton does a superb job at what they do.
We might be back there.
Believe me.
We might go back there for something else, because of 2027, some of the plans that we have for 2027 might include one of these contests at the Hilton, but it wouldn't be the big contest because we need room for audience seats. We didn't have that at the Hilton. It was a little too crowded for that. But what else am I shout? Oh, I want to shout out this week also to Bridge Builders. They're a new networking group in Lowe's Park called Bridge Builders, and they're meeting monthly. I think they're trying to do the last the third Tuesday of the month. Third Tuesday of the month is their goal for Bridge Builders every month. But anyway, if you're looking for a non-expensive, they do charge a small fee to they have a room that they rent there at the Lowe's Park City Hall. But another great new startup group for networking here in the 815 area is called Bridge Builders, and they meet at Lowe's Park City Hall once a month. So check that out. The other shout outs for this week would be Rock River Valley Blood Center. I got a chance to donate blood this week and hang out with Pam and LaShawn and the great folks at the Rock River Valley Blood Center. They were doing a blood drive that day also this week at the BMO for the Ice Hogs. And if you haven't gotten your card yet, they've got a 4 seasons card. And when you fill that out, basically you're just donating 4 times and you fill out your card. And you can donate more than 4 times a year. But if they're encouraging people to at least donate once every season, And they've got some special swag and giveaways and prizes and stuff they're giving away. So check out Rock River Valley Blood Center. And if you are able, please donate blood. And then I think the last shout out for me this week would have to go to Harlem High School. They do a very fun assembly for the last thing before spring break. And my wife teaches at Harlem High School. So a couple times I've been able to go and kind of see what they do for this assembly, this send-off assembly. All the teachers danced for the halftime show of the students versus faculty basketball game, Tom, and it was awesome. It was so good. Kudos to
who won?
Well, the faculty came back and won by 1 point at the end of the game. They were way down. They were way down, and they ended up winning like 27-26. The last
students obviously were worried about their final grades. That's all. That's,
well,
let them score. Let them score.
I'll tell you what they did. I'll tell you what was really, really special. The first quarter was like, the staff and mostly I think juniors and seniors playing against each other. And they just had a tough time scoring. It was like 7-2 at the end of the first quarter. And the students were up, and it's like, some of these staff members are pretty good basketball players. They just couldn't, a lot of in and outs. The ball would bounce in and out. It was just rim shots. It was like, whoa, who tightened up the rims? The second quarter, it was all staff versus the special needs kids of Harlem High School. And they basically kept handing the ball to the special needs kids to keep shooting. So by halftime, the students were up by a score of like 20-4 or something like that. they were way up. A lot of baskets made by the special teams kids. It was really special. It was really fun. The halftime show was great with the teachers doing their Latin dance routine, which was amazing. They started the second half making all the players, the staff and the students wear oven mitts. So imagine playing basketball wearing oven mitts.
Yeah.
And they did that for a few minutes, and then they made them switch into these weird looking sunglasses. I have no idea what that did to them, but it was a little goofy. They were going back and forth between a real basketball and then one of these mini basketballs. It was like half the size, which they had a really tough time putting that in the hoop too, which was kind of hilarious. But they had a lot of fun sending the kids off to their spring break. So kudos to the admin and all that at Harlem High School for that this week. So I think that's it for my shout outs this week, other than rehearsals at Starlight Theater for the Wizard of Oz are going really, really well. Really looking forward to it. And then and then of course, Thursday night, you were at your trivia event for NAMI. I was at Goodwill, the Excel Center, for our monthly In-Crowd 815 free networking group event. And that went really well as well. So the great hosts, Courtney from the Excel Center, has a really great thing going on over there. It's such a beautiful building attached to the YMCA. If you know of an adult that did not finish high school and wants to get their GED, they've got all the classes and the classroom space and all the resources to help you do that as efficiently as you possibly can, really. So I encourage your friends that maybe didn't finish their high school career and got that diploma to get the GED, get it done. It's very beneficial. And thanks to Gemini Solar for sponsoring the get together and the snacks that we had and the giveaways. Had some great giveaways. We gave away probably $175 worth of stuff, door prizes on Thursday night. Bunch of different things, including Ice Hogs tickets, 4 packs of Ice Hog tickets for a couple of their last games. They have 4 games left on the Ice Hog schedule at home, and then they are done for the season, unless they get the playoffs, which I think they still have a shot. I think they're still going to make the playoffs.
I got to get to an Ice Hogs game this year. Last time I went was last year or the year before. I don't know.
They do a great job. They're very entertaining. They got a lot. It's a lot more than just the hockey. A lot more than just the hockey. So, all right. We've gone long again, as we've tended to do.
No, that's what we do.
Any last things before we send people off into the weekend?
No. I mean, I'd love to talk Packer football, but it's just the same old.
Too early.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's never too early. I could talk Packer football every day. I watch my podcast just about every day. I miss every once in a while. But we were going to do some off-air stuff, right?
Yes, we are going to still don't go away as we wrap things up. Next week, the plan is to talk with Martisha Brown, who runs the EIB, the Equity and Boards program through NICNI, and she's encouraging minorities to learn what it means to be on a board, whether it's a not-for-profit board or a county or a government city board. They are educating those to make sure there's a good diversity on our boards here locally. And she's got a great program for that. So we're going to talk with Martisha Brown about that next week here on the program. And remember, friends, you change the world when you help one person. So be a blessing to someone today and every day this week. We'll meet you back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. All right, everybody. Awesome. Have a good one, buddy.
Have a good one. You too, buddy.
815 in crowd. 815 in crowd. 815 in crowd. 815. 815.